All right. We're going to talk about why we all have the experiences that we do.
Okay.
We've had many individuals that have sent questions about, why does this happen to me? I'm always experiencing the same thing. We've had individuals that struggle with healing, where we've worked with them, and one moment they feel great, next moment everything disappears. Like the good feeling is gone.
Right.
And I question it sometimes. What is it that I'm not doing right? Why, they're not feeling right again? So I feel that this is a good topic to go over some things as to why individuals might have the experiences they have so they could correct those things.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Makes sense to me.
All right. I know, for example, myself, growing up, I used to get into a lot of trouble. Right? But that's because I was just a troublemaker. Plain and simple. For example, well, they would consider me a troublemaker, but I consider myself, I guess I never really liked following protocol.
You still don't.
Oh, okay. And I think that's what the challenge was there. So I don't know how that fits into it. I guess I know how I would get into trouble because I didn't follow protocol.
You don't like people placing limitations on you, which would be the rules and the protocols and the laws.
I sure don't.
Yes, right.
And to this day, I don't like that at all.
That's right.
So I could see why when I was in high school, I remember the Spanish teacher, she would walk into class and kick me out right away. Get out. What have I done? Because of one time I did something. After I became that guy, I don't want you in my class, get out. So the principal would see me, you're in the Spanish class again? Yes. After a while, he just left me alone because I would just do the work anyway, right? But I could understand that. But now let's get to some individuals that don't seem to understand why they have the experiences that they do. So in my case, I know why I had the experiences that I did. Sometimes I would provoke individuals on purpose to get certain...
You attracted it.
Exactly.
You brought it to you.
Exactly. On purpose. I mean,
yes.
Literally. But maybe I get the feeling that individuals that have certain things, have certain thoughts, and they don't understand what those thoughts or actions are doing to them.
Okay.
I don't know if that makes sense to you, what I'm saying.
No.
Okay. Have you ever heard of like 1-800-PSYCHIC?
Yes.
Okay, that's a psychic line thing.
The psychic hotline, they call it.
Right, and psychics know things ahead of time, right?
Yes.
Well, you probably know a whole bunch of psychics. Because have you ever had individuals that go like this? I told you it was going to happen. I knew it. I told you.
Yes.
Well, aren't they psychics? Because they knew way ahead of time that something was going to happen. And then it actually happened.
Yes. All of our parents do that to their kids.
And you don't even have to call 1-800-PSYCHIC for that one.
Nope.
So there are a lot of psychics around the world. Why are you laughing?
Because it just sounds funny. People will be like, I'm not psychic. You can just tell that was going to happen. Well, they also projected it on themselves and on their people around them.
Do explain.
Well, they're the ones who said it was going to happen. Like a parent who sees their child climbing to get something. They say, if you do that, you're going to fall. Better not do that. You're going to fall. I'm telling you, you're going to fall. See, I told you so. You fell. Well, they just projected that whole thing onto that kid and just said, instead of saying, be careful and maybe being there to support the child and make sure they were safe,
That was their innate psychic ability. That was coming went there.
You're all psychic.
Exactly.
Start to learn to use your abilities in a more positive way.
But you're right. That's one example, right?
Right.
What you focus on is what you get, is the point. Again, I know I referred to this in a video a while back about one of my favorite books called A Man Thinketh, written by James Allen. The book is about 50 pages thick.
You can get a PDF of it off the internet.
Right, it's free. It's a public
domain.
Right, book now. What we'll do? We'll take that and put it on our website. Some of these books, so people can go and get them from there.
Oh, good idea.
Yeah, we have them. Anyway, but he wrote about how what you focus on the most is what you get. Plain and simple. And that's been proven many times. Jesus in the Bible has been quoted as saying that the moment you think a thought, it's already happened. All right? That's why he mentioned in there that if you covet your neighbor's wife, you've already committed adultery. If you just think about it, you already committed adultery, because you shouldn't do that. So thoughts are very powerful forces. In the Bible, God said, this is quoted in the Bible, decree and so shall it be. So what does decree mean?
It means to command something.
It means you have to say it, right?
Right.
You say it out loud. We give decrees to some individuals, and your instructions to them on how to use a decree is what?
To say it out loud.
Right? You didn't say to think it out loud or to write it 200 times. They have to say it. That's what decree means, command. All right. Well, if you're out there and you're saying things like, I never have money, I'm always broke, what are you doing?
You're putting that energy on yourself, because you're putting emotion behind that too, which means it's really drawing that energy to you so that you don't have money and you are always broke.
And I like how you put that. There's emotions tied to it. So when you say, oh, I'm always broke. Now you're probably depressed when you say it. I never have any money. You're probably frustrated when you say that one. So it makes it even, it lowers your frequency even more, because it's negative energy that's tied to the statement you're making.
Right.
But you just decreed it. You just put it out there into the universe. So you, as the fantastic psychic that you are, guess what happens?
You just predicted the future again.
100% accurate as a psychic.
Who needs psychic hotline?
When you're a psychic already, right? Now, probably didn't think about how accurate your psychic abilities are. You've been predicting things all along, and they've always happened. Now somebody goes, you're right, I didn't think about that. It's not time to change that, right? Let's not make it 100%.
Right.
So how do we go about changing that?
Oh, by finding the opposite of it when we speak about something.
Well, it's not even finding the opposite, really.
Okay.
Yeah, because I've heard individuals say things like, when we've corrected individuals about the things they should say and what they should think, then let's use the example of someone that's not feeling well, right? When I would let them know, listen, you should not be saying that you're sick. And then they say, you're right, you're absolutely right, I shouldn't do that. So what do they say? I'm not sick.
Right. No, it's changing the whole thing. Instead of saying I'm not sick, or I whatever, feeling sick, you should be saying more like, was it Zig Ziglar who said it? I'm fantastic and getting better by the minute.
That was him, something to that effect. So Zig Ziglar, if you're still alive, we're giving you credit for your statement. But I remember him making a statement about, I said, so how are you doing? And he said something like, I'm fantastic and doing better by the minute. I've heard people tell me, but I feel like I'm lying. But how could you be lying? The only reason why you think you're lying is because you don't believe that you feel that way.
Right.
If you understand that you're reprogramming yourself, your belief systems, and the patterns that you've developed.
You're reprogramming your brain, your consciousness.
Right. Then that's not lying at all, because you understand that it's a process that you have to go through. Just making that statement for the folks that might be thinking, well, but then you're not being honest with yourself. Well, you weren't honest with yourself the first time when you said that you were broke, because you're never broke. Because God said that, or Jesus said, that in heaven, right, in my Father's kingdom, there are many mansions. Well, Jesus wouldn't lie about that. So there's a mansion for each one of us in heaven, and in the Lord's Prayer, he said what?
On earth as it is in heaven.
Right? On earth as it is in heaven. See, on earth, it is on earth the way it is in heaven. Well, if there are mansions in heaven, why don't we have them on earth?
Because we haven't made them manifest.
So Jesus didn't lie about that. So why would we be lying to ourselves if we said that we are wealthy? Jesus told us we're wealthy because we have a mansion up in heaven.
Right, I'm super healthy.
Okay? So, forget about that thing about lying. That's not accurate. You have to reprogram yourself. Anyway, so let's continue with this. Someone wonders why every relationship they enter is a bad one. You know, that maybe their partner abuses them, male or female. You know, I've seen where the female abused the male. So it's not just male abusing female, I see it the other way around.
Right.
But in an abusive relationship, why is it then that they continue to be in those type of relationships? What are they saying? Are they saying, oh, I need to be with somebody? You know, and so they feel that, okay, as soon as they break up with somebody, just go and anybody that comes around and says, I'm interested, they go because they feel like they have to attach to somebody. Why do they feel like they have to attach to somebody? So then, instead of stepping back and saying, let me make sure this is a better one, they enter the same type of relationship again. But why is that so? Because they keep attracting that frequency. How are they attracting it? Could they be making statements like, well, I deserve this, you know?
Oh. That's what a lot of people in abusive relationships do. Oh, it's always my fault. Oh, I did something wrong. I caused this.
Exactly. You know, he deserves better, or she deserves better than me. So, you know, it's as if though they need to be there because this person is doing them a favor, kind of thing.
Right.
Well, that's the frequency that they're creating on themselves. So of course, that's what happens. The person abuses them. They feel that they will never survive if they're in that relationship. So of course, they stay there. Now we're not saying to go leaving a relationship.
No.
Right? But what we're saying is that with the right mindset, with the right thinking, things can improve.
Reprogramming yourself.
Exactly. You know, and with the right guidance, things can definitely improve. We've met individuals in relationships that are not very nice. But by the time they were finished, it either ended amicably or it improved, and their self-worth went up.
Right.
So we've seen that. What about individuals with health conditions? Have you met individuals that have knee problems or health problems? Well, just with their knees, I'm using that as an example.
With their legs?
With their legs. Well, pay attention to those individuals and pay attention to the way they talk. Do they use things like, words like, I can't stand?
Or I can't stand this.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But it starts out with, I can't stand. And then all the other things come behind that. Well, if you're saying that, you can't stand, then you're programming yourself to you having knee problems, right? Foot problems, where you literally, physically can't stand. You're going to struggle standing because you're telling yourself you can't stand. And if you've been doing it over and over for many years, then guess what? You've programmed your entire body to believe that you can't stand.
And then you have challenges.
You don't have much balance. You're not stable because you've told yourself that over many years. Now, somebody sitting there watching this video might say, oh, I never thought about that. Well, that's why we're recording this video.
So you can start looking at things from a different perspective.
How about individuals that have vision challenges? What do you think they'd be saying?
Oh.
I can't see.
I can't see, or I don't see it.
Right. Or I have to see it to believe it.
Right.
You know, I can't see that.
I can't see how that's possible.
Exactly. The moment you say, I can't see, all of a sudden you need glasses. Your eyesight keeps getting worse because you keep saying you can't see.
Yes. Okay.
How about individuals that are not nice to you? No, they're not pleasant, they're rude to you. Why does that happen? What do you think with these examples we're giving?
I think because you're probably saying, you know, people are always rude to me, or people are always so mean to me. I'm always getting bullied.
Or, to add to that, it could also be that the belief system of the person is that people are just plain rude. So everybody's rude. People are just rude. Well, if you have that belief system, then people will be rude wherever you go. It might not even necessarily be to you, but they'll be rude because your belief system is that people are generally rude.
Okay.
You want to give some examples?
I would like to, but I don't have any coming to my mind.
Oh, okay. Then normally you can go off on these things. So.
I know. I mean,
Well, let's see. How about individuals that talk about people that, how would you put it? People that are not honest. You know,
okay.
You know, all of a sudden they meet someone, they say, this person lied to me. You know, they're always lying to me. Why would you always have people lie to you?
That's a good question. I don't know what they would be saying to attract that.
Well, they're suspicious.
Oh.
Right? They're always wondering, what is the ulterior motive of this individual? What is this person up to? So
instead of trusting individuals
exactly.
and taking them with a sense of integrity, they're always wondering in the back of their mind, what do they really want from me?
Exactly. Haven't you heard individuals say things like, well, what do they really mean by that statement?
Oh yes, I've heard people say that.
Why would they say that, you think?
Because they're not taking things at face value. They're thinking, okay, what is the real story that I'm not getting?
And who says there's another story? Mm-hmm. The person says something, that's what it is. Why do you have to try to delve deeper into it? Mm-hmm. So the moment you start doing that, there's a lack of trust. You're suspicious. So people are always lying to you, according to you.
Right.
And because you're thinking people are always lying to you, and that you always have to get to the truth, and guess what? You'll be put in a situation all the time where you have to get to the truth. Because that's what you believe you have to do.
So it sounds like that we had recorded a video on the power of words, and it seems to me that with our experiences, a lot of it can also come with the power of the words that we use, but it's really the emotion behind the words that we use.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, most definitely. Emotions are tied to the words that we use. Mm-hmm. All right? Emotions connected or correlated with words or thoughts that we have are the biggest cause of diseases and illnesses that people experience.
And that's because of their frequency and how it adjusts our frequency?
That's correct.
And
most definitely. I mean, our body is sensitive to frequencies. And the biggest ones our bodies are sensitive to are the ones that we create because they're local. We're creating them. Does that make sense?
Makes sense to me.
I can have a negative thought about you, but I still have to project it onto you. Mm-hmm. But when you have one about yourself, you don't have to project it anyway. It's right there.
I'm doing it to myself.
Exactly.
Whatever emotion is there, it's nailing me immediately.
So here's someone that says, why is it I'm always sick? Why do I always feel sick? And what's going to happen?
They'll always be sick.
Right. You know? Or this is just an example because this whole, it doesn't have to be the situation.
Right.
But let me just use a general one.
Okay.
There's something going on television, right? Mm-hmm. On the news. Some people just love watching news.
They do.
And then what happens? They get stressed out from the news that they're watching. What are they doing to themselves?
They're lowering their frequency.
Exactly.
They're allowing themselves to be emotionally moved by a lot of, this is my perception of the news, a lot of negative information that's, purposefully bringing you down.
Well, not purposely, because the news...
you're purposefully allowing yourself to be lowered.
That's correct. People get involved in politics. Mm-hmm. They hate this politician.
Yes.
Why do they hate the politician? Because of what the other politician said.
Right, or they live in fear because they are into conspiracy theories.
That's another one. Conspiracy theories, right?
Right.
The moment that happens, okay, well, now I'm not saying those things are not real.
Right.
But the point is...
We're just saying, these are things that can affect you on a physical level because of...
But let's go back, right? Let's go back to that. Well, we'll come back to that. But you're absolutely right. They will affect you on a physical level because there's a frequency tied to each one of those thoughts or experiences that you're having.
Right.
Or anybody's having. People curse all the time.
Yes.
You're around individuals and they're cursing, or they use drugs around you all the time. Like
Smoke.
Like marijuana. I say that because we watched that one video with the kid with the weed.
Yes.
That's my favorite line,
She
right?
calls it the weed.
Or, drugs of whatever kind they are. You should ask yourself the question, why are people using drugs in my presence? Why do people use marijuana in my presence? Why do people curse so much in my presence?
Why do they drink so much when I'm around?
Exactly.
Drinking alcohol, that is.
Yeah.
Right.
Why would that be? You're attracting it. All right? You've created frequency. Pay attention to what you're doing. Are you cursing? A lot. You curse a lot, you invite the frequency of that same entity to come and join you, because like they say, something likes company, or company likes something, flocking, whatever.
Misery likes company.
There we go. That one. Misery likes company.
And words.
Or birds of something.
Birds of a feather flock together.
Birds of a feather flock together. That's
there
another
you go.
one.
All these cliches.
Right? We're good with them. My wife is. So here we go, right? Birds of a feather. I like that one better. Birds of a feather
flock together.
flock together. That sounds good. Bird. Okay, yeah. One feather? Okay, anyway.
Birds of a feather, meaning there are similar species of
Got it.
bird.
Okay.
Yes.
So here we go, right? They're the same type. They think the same. They behave the same. So that means they have the same frequency. So
Right.
think about what you're doing. Why is it that you do the things that you do? If you eat a lot, why are you eating so much? So you'll notice you want to hang out with people that do the same thing, that eat a lot, smoke a lot, play lots of video games, hours and hours of video games. Why is that? So you want to lock yourself in a room and their buddies are all online, same mindset, they want to play video games as well. See what happens? You attract the same, you're attracted to the same
Like attracts
frequency.
alike.
Exactly. Right? And that's what's going on there. So now how do we change that?
By changing the way we speak, changing the way we think, working on improving ourselves to be a better version of ourselves.
That's correct. And the way we do that is not by saying, we shouldn't go like this, well, I'm not sick, or I'm not poor, right? It's more like, every day in every way, I am
getting better, and better.
Like you said, Zig Ziglar, right?
When someone asks him, how are you doing? What is his reply?
I am feeling fantastic and getting better by the minute. And if you think you're lying to yourself, you're not.
You're reprogramming.
Exactly. So how about reprogramming? You're not lying to yourself one bit. You lied to yourself when you told yourself that you were poor. You lied to yourself when you told yourself that you're miserable or that you can't stand. You were lying to yourself then. You're not correcting that. You're reprogramming yourself, all those bad habits. That's why those things happen to you. That's why you had the experiences that you did. Because you've lied to yourself, you lied to yourself in the past, you've been doing it for so long, you think it's the real thing. That was not real. Now it's real. Reprogram yourself.
Create a new reality.
Exactly. And if you want to know how to do that, then contact us and then we'll start helping you with that.
Okay. If you have any questions or concerns about this topic or something else you'd like to add, please be sure to message us and let us know. You can find us at 190vision.com, our website, 190vision on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram as well.